Hey, my lovelies. I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on. Sorry, my glasses feel like they're really weird. What's going on? I'm just coming on to do this Monday's guidance reading for you all. Just want to say before we have a look at this week's cards, Wookie Hole Theatre. Oh my gosh, thank you so much to everybody that came to support the night, came to support the show. I think that you will agree it was an absolutely beautiful evening, an amazing night with the spirit world. I've had so many lovely sort of pieces of feedback and comments from people that had messages, and for some people that didn't even get a message, oops, everywhere, but just wanted to come along to support. So thank you so much. And sometimes just being in the energy and having that collective love of spirit in the room, that's very powerful as well. But I absolutely love the intimacy of spirit. You know, they're just so clever with some of the information that they kind of come out with, that they pass on. And that for me is what it's always about. So thank you very much if you sort of showed up for that one. And I have had news from Wookie Hole. They've asked me if I would like to sort of demo there again next year. So I don't know if I'm going to do a tour next year or if I'm just going to do a cluster of live dates, but not have like a big tour. But you know, they're happy for me to sort of do another night. I absolutely would be honoured to do another night there because it was such a beautiful space. So there is some logistics as of yet, but I should be hearing from them early next week. And you know, if there's the potential of booking something in, I'm sure something will be booked. So watch that space for next year's you know, events. Let's look at the cards for this week, and then we'll talk about some other stuff like that we've got to address. So we've got like, I feel really connected today to work with the Lumina Tarot, and this is by Lauren Alitia. I probably said that completely wrong. So here we go. This is such a cool deck, and it's so sparkly, and I feel like we need a bit of sparkle this week, definitely. So these are the cards. Gonna give them a cheeky knock. Let's give them a shuffle. Let's see what's happening for this Monday and the coming week ahead. Channeling these cards for the highest of good. Let's see what we need to know about. Let's see where the energies are taking us. Oh, no. Oh, no, because one will literally just pop itself at me independently like that. Okay, interesting. So we're going into our Eight of Wands. Okay, so Eight of Wands, when this card shows, is kind of like a time. What I quite like here with this Eight of Wand energy is we've got this sort of real intention setting and like everything coming good, everything kind of shifting, everything kind of coming a little bit back together. It feels like it's been quite disconnected for a time, for a while, but Eight of Wands is like wanting to bring everything back around, you know. Fast-paced changes often happen with the Eight of Wands, but often it's a time where energy, things can line up and materialize. And I think Wookie Hole was a great example of that card. You know, like that was set at one time to really get cancelled and not go ahead, and then there was this kind of collective love, there was this collective support, and we ended up having a really good number of people. The theatre was happy, I was happy, you know. I think it was just under 100, so, which might not seem a lot, but you know, they're intimate theatres, they're not huge theatre spaces in the first place, you know. I'm not like doing the Royal Albert Hall, like some people would probably, you know, will and want me to be there, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, you know. But I'll be happy with the intimate theatres that I'm doing. If they can just sort of be supported and sell out, I'll be happy with that, you know. But yeah, Eight of Wands, fast-paced changes. Sometimes Eight of Wands can also reflect like travel. So it may be that you're going to have some holiday time, or you're about to have some holiday time, which again is quite interesting for me on a personal level, because after this week is done, I am going to be off down to Newquay having a week's holiday, and I'm really ready to just have some switch off, some rest and some recharge. So I think that maybe what we've got going on with this Eight of Wands is a mix of things. I think like everything is maybe starting to line up, fast-paced changes are starting to happen. This can sometimes represent communication. So if communication has felt blocked, maybe we're going to have this real free-flowing kind of communication coming in, and everything's starting to happen at once. Sometimes this is a card of like where you've been manifesting and putting ideas and things in place. All of a sudden, it doesn't just come back in one little bit. It's like everything comes at you in one big hit. So like boom, boom, boom. So we could have some of that going on, but it feels to me like we're clearing away blockages. I don't see this as like negative. I feel like I see this as like clearing away blockages. So quite important actually. So I hope you can make sense of this. Going to leave this card with you. Now then, let's do some real talk. So, couple of things. First of all, I just want to apologise to anybody that booked tickets to come and see me at the New Key show. Unfortunately, it wasn't getting the support, so the theatre had to make the decision to cancel that show. It was literally out of my hands. The theatre made the decision. They said, are you happy for this? We both agreed it made sense. There's no point me doing a show to like sort of, you know, a couple of people in the room. It's just not viable, you know? But I am still going to have my holiday because I think that's really quite important. And this is what I mean, you know, when you work, not just with spirit, but when you work self-employed, it's a real roller coaster of emotions. It's like, I feel like I'm holding on tight and it's like, I'm all over the place, you know? And when shows are supported, when they do really well, it's amazing, but it's so up and down. It's so inconsistent. And when you get like a little bit of a show that doesn't get the love or the support, it's hard work, man. And it really affects your mental health, you know? And I think you have to be, as a medium, so mentally strong for your own spirit before you can hold space for other spirits as well as, you know, your spirit. Because anybody coming to a show or anybody have a private, you know, having a private reading, the medium is also holding space for your internal spirit as well as spirit that come through from the other side. So there's a lot. It gets quite draining. So I just think maybe this is one of the reasons why maybe spirit is saying, no, that show's not going ahead, Mitch. You're having a little bit of a rest and a recharge and a breather. Maybe. So obviously with the travel aspect of this card, that could be for me on a personal level. However, what was I going to say? Saturday, this coming Saturday, Wincanton, it is going ahead. We haven't got a huge audience. We've got about 50, I think. So, you know, it's a nice number. It's a nice intimate night and everything. Obviously, it can hold more. I've done more last year. We're in a weird sign of the times, you know, so I'm just fortunate for everybody that sort of buys a ticket and shows up at the moment, to be honest, you know. So Wincanton War Memorial Hall Theatre, not theatre, War Memorial Hall, sorry, that will definitely be happening this Saturday. Mum's going to be there with her stall, so bring some extra pennies because she has a fabulous range of sparkly goodies. If you missed out on seeing me in Wincanton, in Wookey Hole, but you can get to Wincanton, that could be a thing, you know. And then we also have happening on Saturday the 20th of June. I'm going to give you a bit of a warning for this one because it's coming up as a bit one of my high risk shows. I'm back at the Warehouse Theatre in Ilminster. Oh, it's like my favourite theatre to demo in for a few reasons. Some absolutely amazing things have happened in there for me on a personal level. It was the first theatre that I officially sort of went into doing, so it was the step up from, you know, other spaces and places into an official theatre. So it's really special for me, and it's really frustrating that that show is just not getting the support at the moment. I'm always being asked, when are you coming back to Ilminster, or when are you in and around like the Taunton area? So for you guys, this is perfect. Again, if you couldn't get to Wookey, or if you can't get to Wincanton, this is further down into Somerset. It's another one. And some people are sort of saying, Mitch, you doing shows too near each other? I don't think I am, to be honest. You know, this is still a good stretch of time between Wincanton to sort of Ilminster and everything else. And these are the places that are getting requested. So it's frustrating when they then don't get the support. You know, I'm not got a huge sort of agency, you know, helping me with advertising. I don't have a huge stage crew and sort of stage management. I'm literally a one-person show. It's me, myself, and I, you know. So everything that I create theatre-wise is self-published, it's self-done, you know. And I just work with the guys that are there for me at the time, and then that's it, you know. So it is a case of support it or lose it. I would love for that show to be able to go ahead because it is always a great night with Spirit. We always have some fun in there. It's just a really magical, beautiful, intimate theatre. So if you can support it, come along, buy a ticket, get involved, pop over to the website. It would be amazing to see you there. If you can't, I understand. Times are hard. It's a really, really weird time at the moment, you know. But yeah, so like I say, it's coming under the high risk at the moment. You know, we've got easily a couple of weeks where we can turn that around. So if everybody that's thinking they might want to come actually buys a ticket, that could literally be the difference between it going ahead and not. It's that near the wire sometimes, you know. But I do have to review with the theatre in a couple of weeks. So just giving you the heads up. But I'm not going to sweat. I'm not going to worry about it. What will be, essentially, you know. And I don't see it as a reflection of, you know, me as a medium. I know it's a sign of the times. I know lots of other people are struggling as well. You know, we're in really, really weird living conditions, and that's just what it comes down to. I'm very secure with my craft. I'm very secure with me as a medium. I'm extremely secure with my Spirit team, and I think that was sort of proven on Wookie Hole the other day, because it was just such a cool night, and just like I say, the intimacy, that the collective energy of Spirit was amazing. So in a nutshell for this week, have some fun, travel, be open to communication, be open to things that have been blocked coming good, coming together, and things happening quite fast. It might be a time where you're manifesting things really quickly as well. All that's going to come in for you. I think also with the wands, I sort of feel like stay grounded a little bit, you know, stay centered. Don't let outside logistics get the better of you. And all I love with this is that all these stars are still lighting up. So even if things feel blocked or hindered, those energies are still there. Like, to give you an example very quickly, Wookie Hole, I was meant to do that last year, but it didn't go ahead because, you know, the theatre weren't 100% comfortable and felt like it could be supported. We scraped through this year, but now that they've seen my show, they're like, oh my God, it's amazing, we want you back. So it's a complete turnaround. So the wheel of energy can turn and change, essentially, can't it, you know? So there's that as well. But keep shining bright. I've probably forgotten to tell you something. Oh, Friday, I'm going to be over in Colour and Crystals in Trowbridge, fully booked, sold out. Thank you so much if you're coming to see me there. Zooms for the rest of the week. Wincanton on Saturday, and then off-grid for my holiday in Newquay. And I will be having off-grid time, so if you email me or if you message me or if you put an order through, orders won't be done until I'm back in the business from the following week. Because I just need a bit of switch off, you know, so that will also be happening. But anyway, thank you so much for all the love and the support for those that do show up for me. And yeah, let's just get through the madness of what this journey is together. But look after yourselves, and I will see some of you very soon. Bye for now.